Hello YouTube, welcome to Storyteller Plays, the first episode of probably a series of Little Big Planet 3. We'll see if I get away with this. There's a lot of music in this game. I can't imagine I'll get a copyright claim on it, but, you know, weirder things have happened. I'm going to try to make sure I can be heard over the game at all times, but there's no actual audio settings, so that's not ideal, is it? And so, this is a game series that I've loved since, like, the first one. So I figured I would just kind of stream the story mode. And so that's just what we're going to do. If you're watching this at all, it means I've edited it. So hopefully that is the case. Let's watch some videos real quick, because I believe that... No, this is a playable tutorial. Unlike in Bloodborne, I am probably going to talk over the NPCs a tiny bit more in this one. Mostly because they don't actually have anything interesting to say, no offense to the NPCs.
When you visit Little Big Planet, you become your true and pure self.
I do like this narrator,
excitable
so I'll let him talk.
Called a sack person. And this is you. What a cracker!
It would be nice to get some better angles on that book, so that I could paint it.
Your sack person. A little tippy-tappy for a shuffle, and a somewhat more substantial push for a bound.
So if my character is staring at the floor this entire time, it's because the character is motion controlled. And so I have to hold it like this for my character to be looking upwards, but if I hold the controller comfortably, he's just staring at the floor. Not a lot we can do about that.
Transporting oneself from the earthly plateau to the realm of Little Big Planet is akin to being born again. You emerge here a bundle of naked, woolly innocence. The operative word being naked.
I'm very much clothed.
Clothes on that say, I mean
Bye, tutorial.
Business.
And so here's basically like a really creative way to give credits. So I'm going to leave this tutorial in its entirety, probably.
Have you noticed that sack personages, as they gad about the Imagisphere, all wear a poker face because they're
okay, this is just teaching you how to emote. You can press the arrow keys to change your expression.
Like that all the time, you know.
But we don't have time for this great tutorial.
Now, I know you're eager to get stuck into all this, but please remember the ethos of the Imagisphere. Create and share, and above all, have fun. And you know, there's room for more than one you in the word fun. In fact, the plural of you, when written down, looks like us. So the more us in fun makes fun go further.
Yeah, if I can find somebody to play with me, I will. Yeah, so the narrator's just losing his mind there.
Do you see?
Do I have these stickers? I doubt it. I don't seem to.
How can I explain it more simply?
I think they just let you skip this bit.
Yes. Thanks for that, old man. I'll take it from here.
I don't know if we want to do that. Actually, I don't know what that sticker does.
There's my little chum-to-be, ready to come and help me sort out Bunker. Just a simple press of this button, and our adventure will begin.
And here's where I get abducted.
No, so the one on the left. No, if I'm facing it, then that would be. That's the one.
Like, this game isn't perfect, but I'll admit, Sumo-Digital did a good job. Like, do I think Media Molecule would have done better? That's not my place to speculate. Probably. Sumo-Digital was also rushed, and kind of thrown a franchise they've never worked with before, so... It is by no fault of their own that this game is as broken as it is. Because if it wasn't for the bugs, it would actually be up there in quality with 2. The only reason Little Big Planet 1 wasn't quite as good is because of limitations. It was the first in the franchise, obviously, so they didn't know where to go with it, or where they were going. A lot of stuff I've got to edit out. Like, look at how cool some of this stuff is. At the same time, they've got slightly less limitations than we the players do. You can, in theory, make all of this yourself.
It worked! You're here! Sorry for the rough ride, old chap. My name's Newton. Welcome to Bunkum Chummy Chum Chum.
How much do you want to bet Newton's going to become the well-meaning villain? Spoiler alert.
Clouds of imagination, all ceaselessly pumped into Bunkum's atmosphere by the pounding creative heart at its core, a magnificent moon of wonder. But I'm afraid Bunkum's destiny lies in our hands. Let me explain.
This first episode,
Long ago,
it's probably going to have some lazy editing.
Nearly laid waste
I'm just going to be watching videos this entire time.
Gorged on Bunkum's bountiful creativity. Inspiration dried up. We teetered on the brink of the abyss.
As a result, I might only do like 2 levels.
Heroes came. With their speed.
Oh great, the game outed me. Now everybody knows I bought costumes.
With their grace.
In my defense, one of those was free. And the other 2 were cool.
They finally managed to capture the Titans.
And they put them in a bin of tea.
With Bunkum restored to the creative
I'm at 10.
paradise you see around
I'm
you,
very tired.
the
Earl Grey though,
heroes
good
retire
choice.
to the pages of myth. A myth that also foretells of the return of the Titans.
Yet, we're about to go do that.
Tonight, just before bedtime, all of Bunkum's nightmares become real. And that's where we come in. Join me, my noble assistant. Bunkum's very future depends on we 2 brave heroes.
I got quiet there, not out of respect for Newton, but because my headphone cable got tangled up with my controller's charging cable, which isn't ideal.
Oh, how I love the mountain air. It's just so airy. Press up and down on the left.
So this is basically just more tutorializing. It's gonna get better later on, but as soon as you unlock new tools, they're always tutorializing even more.
And press the action button to jump down a step. If you jump in front of a step, you'll automatically shift backwards onto it.
Whoops. I guess I can't go up there.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got stuck in a hat?
Boom.
I did? Well, it's a true story and still relevant today, as the danger of getting
As funny
stuck
as those
into a
are,
big-
they just teach you how to explode yourself, so you can tell that there's some level of humor to them.
Give it a shot.
Whoops. I want that item.
That's it. Bounce in and out like a
I messed that up pretty bad.
Bouncing in and out thing.
I just hope I can be over. I heard over Newton. He's not funny.
Excellent work.
But also I'm hoping we're all here to watch me.
Use the action button to trigger blue layer launchers. Use the
Everything
grab
he's saying
button
is
to
important.
climb along a climbable
I don't
surface.
need to know it since, you know, I've beaten this
You
game
can
a couple
still jump
times.
while you're climbing. Just press the action button.
Come on, I want that last item over there. It's not necessary. I mean, it kind of is. A lot of these levels have these weird, like, multiplayer-only parts that I'm going to be locked out of unless I can find somebody who plays this. I guess the issue isn't finding people who play the game so much as it's finding people who aren't bad at the game.
Wonderful work. I knew you could do it.
Okay, I'm gonna need to hop onto this one, as I missed that entirely. Grab this. So this is a new feature, I think, from 3 maybe, or 2,
Right.
where you're able to climb.
Good work. Let's go.
If that wasn't 2, then it's been way too long. 2 is easily the pinnacle of Little Big Planet. I wish I could play that one. Like, this one's not terrible. It isn't great, though. I should be cutting out all the loading screens. If I'm not, then shame on me, but you'd see what I mean.
Use the grab
Loading
button
at time
to
is
take all
abysmal.
the spongy bits
And
the
also,
left stick
I keep
to drag them about.
crashing. Like, it's never happened in story mode. I don't think, not to me anyway.
Tap the action button while dragging or pushing to give yourself a little oomph.
All of these mechanics are going to return 1.5 billion times in this game, though, so I will leave this tutorial in, just in case some of you guys are following along at home. Okay, what's behind there? Probably a multiplayer area. Nope, just free stuff.
Doing in there? We haven't got all day.
So anyway, these are very simplistic games. Like, some of the levels do get harder. I'm not going to say that it's easy per se. But you've got the basic mechanics, you know, running, jumping, exploding yourself for the fun of it. I want this. I think this is the sticker I need to...
Good work. We are amazing.
No lives lost to this level.
Grab that old dangly thing and
You get
use
certain
the white
rewards
stick, swing
for
across.
collecting all items and not dying. Most of what I've got right now is from Little Big Planet 1 and 2. Including this outfit, which is one of my favorites, but it's not customizable. Oh, I was told to grab this dangly thing. See what happens when you don't pay attention? Oops. Good. No, I activated it. Oh well. I was about to say, good, I didn't activate the checkpoint, but nope, that happened anyway. So these levels really do open up, though. Whoops, I do want that. Really? I'm going to leave that in. There we go. Mostly the purpose of me editing these is get rid of the really long loading screens. If I say anything too dumb and I catch myself in a place that I can edit it out, I'm gonna do that. Whoops. Actually, this was happened.
Now, we must retire to my airship to prepare for your... our...
This game is very cute.
flying mission.
This entire episode is tutorializing now. Also, I have to give Newton one thing. His color scheme is on point. I'm gonna skip this one because I didn't get all items. That one item is probably the one thing that I missed.
My airborne laboratory.
Thank you.
My father made it, of course, but I made some refinements of my own.
Unless there's demand for it, I'm probably just going to go back and 100% these levels off camera.
Look at us, co-conspirators, primed for our first top-secret mission briefing.
Considering when I go back to 100% these levels, it's going to just be a lot of him talking again.
A loathsome locale. Within those walls lurks a cranky old...
Come on, give me the next
named
one.
Nana Pud. Ugh. Put her face up there if you can.
Stop monologuing, you're the good guy. Or is he?
Gruesome. But we must brave her horrors and make our way up onto the roof. One last sticker. Place it down there if you would.
This one doesn't even say Earl
That is
Grey
our
on it.
True goal. The
My
tin
favorite
that
tea.
houses the evil titans. We must reach it before Nana Pud releases them.
Just some, like, Earl Grey hot, some Madeleines, Madelines, however you pronounce them.
I've handcrafted something for just this occasion.
They give it to me already. So this is probably going to be the last episode of this stream. I still need to get back in the flow of editing.
Handheld inspiration. It sucks.
It blows. The
It is
Pumpinator.
The Pumpinator.
I'm glad the subtitles didn't spoil that.
This was working yesterday.
What I want to know is, why does he get to have such good sound quality?
Just pick it up, and I can show you how useful it is.
You can't have too many pockets. This is precisely why I want to introduce...
I'll show you
Such
later.
an amazing device.
Probably in this
If only
episode even.
Daddy were here to witness it.
But
You can
I've got a
aim it in
decent
different
microphone. It's a
directions
Black Yeti.
using the white stick. Point it at that
What is this?
pinwheel and press
Blackout
the
edition.
R1
Blue Yeti
button
Blackout
to
edition.
blow it into motion.
I'm going to do the opposite of what you tell me to do. And it's still going to work. I'm pressing L1 to suck instead of R1 to blow. I am such a rebel.
Now try giving those boxes a blow. The Pumpinator is bloody marvelous, isn't it?
It's good. Whoops. I nearly jumped to my death.
To the control.
Which would have been embarrassing. Come on, give me all the stuff. This game's adorable. I'm going to say that a couple times because, you know, it just is.
The scholars of the Omniverse have forever debated what...
I do not have an eye toy, but I do appreciate the items.
Hurry up, dear chum. Nana Pud won't wait if we dilly-dally.
She might die of old age. Leave her some time. Oh, that's how I get that stuff up there. Nanopod's character design is kind of gross. Of course, we're probably not going to see her in this episode.
Times two like that, it means you need to bring a friend.
Yeah, I don't have any friends, so...
Friends, if you like. The more the merrier.
Could you help me with it? Come on. If anybody does want to join me on these things,
and we'll be on our way.
like, you can appear in the episode if your microphone quality is okay. I'm not going to be a microphone elitist or nothing. There can be differences in our sound quality, just I don't want anybody in here using like a cup on some string. I spent, what, $100 on my microphone? And I shouldn't have.
Join me in this super vertical infiltration station.
Okay, I think this brings us to the next level. And so because this has to be edited, I want to keep it short.
We go.
Who knows, maybe this will be the series that finally teaches me how to edit correctly. And I got the No Lives Lost reward. Like those, what was it, 3, 5 items? Probably the last things I need for all items collected. Okay, so I want to return to my pal. We will do this next episode. That's just Newton screaming as we plunge to our deaths. Okay. Yep, so I can just come back here when necessary. Oh, it's not going to let me leave the map. Charming. I don't know if you can see my tiny stick arms. I'm spamming the circle button right now. I'll get back to you when it does let me leave. Oh, never mind. No need to edit that. Okay, so you heard Newton. Good sound quality, right? Whoops. So if I come over here to create, I go to my moon. I come in here to clock tower. Where am I? Ignore that this place is a mess. It's a proof of concept sort of thing. Okay, so I've got this secbot right here. Let's just dress him up real quickly for his dignity's sake. We'll put on my costume. Get out of there. So if I come over here and I record something, how is it I've got a decent USB microphone, but I sound like I'm talking to people through a cup on a string? How is it I've got a decent USB microphone, but I sound like I'm talking to people through a cup on a string? Now I hate my own voice, but you agree that that's nonsense, right? Like, Sumo-Digital. Why is your, why can you record so much better than we can? I want answers. And now he's dead.